What's going on, everyone? We're looking at the ES S&P 500 futures. This is a 2000 tick chart, and let's get into the video. I want to preface this video by saying the reason that price action is so important and such a powerful method is because it's similar to an alphabet, and each one of these bars being a letter that plays into creating words and then sentences and then obviously a language. You can be really confused if you're trying to start out and learn about all these different indicators and RSIs and Fibonacci patterns. The list goes on and on and on. But that's like jumping into a fire and immediately trying to speak a foreign language when really you just need to start with the ABCs. And once you know the ABCs and the fundamentals, you can either stick with that and master that and become a price action master, or you can branch out and then learn about all the different techniques. But really, if you just focus on the price action and the bars on the chart, including this one indicator that I have, which is the 21-day exponential moving average, you are more than set to recognize high probability patterns that will keep you on the right side of the market. So right now we're about an hour before market open, and the bias, the overall bias, is obviously up, because even though we traded down at the start of the day, the rules with trends are that once there's a break and a new low, we consider it to be over. So we have this short-term downtrend, we have a break of it, and then we have a new low. Now we're basically just working our way back up to try to test the highs of the day. So I'm only going to be looking for long entries that come in the form of a two-legged pullback. So we have sort of congestion, a break, and we just start pushing up again. So I'm going to look for any two-legged pullbacks. So right here, the market is just opening, and we said that we have to respect all downtrends and uptrends for that matter, but any trend regardless. So even though this might seem like a very short-term trend, we have a downtrend, we have a break, so we must test a new low before looking for any long setups, even though our bias should just be to look for longs. We have to wait for the highest probability setups to appear. We can't just go long anywhere on the chart. Once we see a nice bullish signal bar, it doesn't mean you can just buy. There are specific patterns and specific ways that you must read the chart and interpret what is going on, because this is all based on human psychology, and you're basically battling against other people in the market. If you want to make it in day trading, you have to be better than 99% of the other traders. You're battling and you're going into a professional endeavor. You can't just expect to learn it like it's a very easy thing to achieve. So right here, I actually see a nice high probability setup. So we have a trading range, and in the trading ranges, we expect to go from the highs to the lows and back to the highs. So we went from the high, we reached the low, and now we have a higher low. Also, we have a two-legged pullback. So counting from this high, we have one leg down, first entry long, another leg down, second entry long, nice bullish signal bar closed above the EMA. That's a high probability setup. We're expecting to at least go to the highs of this most recent range. If we also zoom out, we can see we're still expecting to reach the top of the range, and it worked out for a nice scalp. So now at this point, we just have to wait for any other high probability setup to appear. So we reach the highs of this range, so we want to be careful if we go long, because we don't want to take this entry or this one, because even though it's a two-legged pullback, once again, we have a new high, first entry long, second entry long. We're going into the highs of the range where there is a lot of selling pressure. So we have to just sit and be patient, and patience is key in day trading, because as long as you can wait for these high probability setups, it does take a long time to master, a long time to learn, but if you are patient enough, you will make it in this game. So now we just have some more sideways movement, and if we zoom out, we can try to start fitting an even wider term trend. So if we have something like this, it's not perfect at the moment, but it at least gives us an idea of where we can expect prices to head. And right now, we're just in the middle of the overall trend channel because we see this midline is reacting to these prices. So we're coming from the bottom side of the trend channel. We expect to reach the top side. So once again, we want to look for two-legged pullbacks to go long. We don't get one. We don't get one. We just have some more congestion. And here's actually an interesting spot. So we have a short-term downtrend. We have a break and a new low. We have a triple test at this low actually, because 1, 2, 3 bars have the same low. Counting from this high, we went down. We had a first entry long, and we had a visual 2 legs down, second entry long, combined with the fact that it really just looks like another sort of mini trading range. So we have this leg up, we have a break and a new high, then we have this leg down, we have a break and a new low, combined with the fact we're in an uptrend, prices are creeping up, so we want to look for long entries. And it's also actually a failed second entry short. So if we're counting from this low, we have a first entry short, second entry short. So once this bullish bar closes so perfectly above the EMA, not only is it a great place to look long without the trap, but the second entry short is failing. So if the next bar breaks above this, we can expect to trap a lot of shorts. And actually, we get another second entry long opportunity right here. Once again, we have first entry long, second entry long, two-legged pullback, nice bullish signal bar, and we took off. That was a great trade if you took it in real time. So now we actually have another two-legged pullback, second entry long, first entry long, second entry long, but this one is different because we have this downtrend. We have a break. We attempted a new low, but we didn't get the new low. So we must respect these short-term trends. And that's why we didn't technically get a trigger above this signal bar, but we did finally get this low. Let's look for any higher low. We don't get any good signal bar, but in real time, you might actually, even if you're an aggressive trader, argue for this trade because it's sort of a two-legged pullback once again. First entry long, second entry long. It is below the EMA, but we are bouncing perfectly off this midline. It's kind of a failed breakout of the most recent congestion right there, but let's move on. So here, once again, we have another two-legged pullback. First entry long, second entry long, but we can't take this because we need a break and a new low of this short-term downtrend. So if you took this trade, you would have got trapped because now we have the break and a new low. Trend is over. And we're expecting to reach the bottom side of this trend channel. So now we finally reach the bottom side and we continue working lower. There's no good short entries, no good long entries, and prices are just very stacked, but we finally start creeping up, and now we can start looking for longs once again. We actually have a two-legged pullback here. First entry long, second entry long, but let's see, you know what? If we fit a sort of wider term uptrend, you don't get a bounce right there. Prices are pretty congested, so an aggressive trader might actually want to go long here. It is bouncing off the previous trend channel. It worked for a scalp, but ideally you would wait for a little better setup. I just don't see anything worth taking. Here we have a failed second entry long, so first entry long, second entry long, failure, or if you're even counting from this bar, first entry long, second entry long, failure. But we're at the low of the move. It's really not worth taking the risk in my opinion. Worked out, but next time it probably will not. So we continue just chopping along, and really at this point of the day, I don't see anything really worth taking. And that's going to wrap up the video. All you need is a couple great setups. If you took any of these today, you could have got a great runner. And in the futures market, few good runners, and you could be set for a week. So that's going to wrap up the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one. Peace out.